Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and it's just me and Susan today. Hi, Susan.
Hello.
Hello. And we are discussing not really a well-known movie by many people, released in 1999, starring Robert Carlyle, Johnny Lee Miller, Liv Tyler, and a host of familiar faces from British cinema and British TV in this. A tale of highwaymen. It's a peculiar movie. It is peculiar because it's I'll say it now. It's set in this, was it 1700s, something like that. But it's got the dialogue and the music is quite up to date. Well, up to date for 1999, shall we say? It did remind me of what they did with Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
The DiCaprio version in '97, I think it was. That's that sort of mix of movie. So, without further ado, let's go to Susan, because I know she's dying to talk about this movie because it stars one of her favourite actors. So over to you, Susan.
Yes, this stars Robert Carlyle, and the man is perfect, and he can do no wrong. And this was a fun, super fun. Oh my God, so fun movie. It's about this gentleman and this young gentleman and this young thief who get tied up together because of the young thief really feels like he ought to have more success at his thievery, and the young gentleman could show him who to rob. And so they get stuck together, and it's just fun. It's got so many. It's just got so many great actors in it, and I mean, it's got Michael Gambon, for crying out loud, and Alan, what's his name? Alan Turing.
Alan Cumming.
And yes, that's right. And it's really, and Liv Tyler, of course, who you're seeing right in front of you right now as you're watching me. And I've strategically placed myself next to Robert Carlyle because of reasons. And it's great. It is set in the 1800s, and it is quite a great romp, and the music is of the 20th century, 21st century, just at that cusp. It's sort of dancey techno music. It's rather beautiful, and it has a happy ending. So that always makes a good movie, where your heroes get away, your anti-heroes get away. I guess they're anti-heroes because they basically rob and kill people for joy and satisfaction and political gain. And so, yeah, that's just great. And it has all of the set pieces of a period drama. It's got brilliant costumes. It's got a ball. It's got a party. It's got gambling. It's got
sex.
Yeah, and it's got the pox. And so, yeah, what did you think of this, Lee, having watched it again?
It's been a few years since I watched it. I think this is one of the first DVDs. I think maybe the second DVD I ever bought.
You're kidding? Wow.
I know it was my first one was a Star Trek DVD movie. I can't remember which one it was, and this was the second one. I know that for a fact.
That's why it's in a jewel case.
Yeah, yeah. Directed by Jake Scott.
Yeah.
This son of Ridley Scott.
Oh, nice.
Jake Scott, more known for making famous pop videos, and you can see this really is like a big pop video.
Did he do Oasis?
Oh, I can let me just click onto his name. Where are we? Jake Scott.
Noel Fielding is in this.
Yeah, Matt Lucas is in this. David Williams is in this. Armstrong and Miller are in this. Let's have a look.
That's right.
So he's done videos for Glenn Frey, Cypress Hill, Katie Lang, REM. He did Everybody Hates for REM. Smashing Pumpkins, Tori Amos, the Rolling Stones, Soundgarden, Radiohead, The Verve, Lan Mellon, Tina Turner. He did Goldeneye, Oasis. There we are. Yeah, Morning Glory.
Yep. I knew
Don Henley, Eels, U2, No Doubt, Pink, George Michael, Lily Allen, massive. So he's more famous for doing pop videos, but he did his hand too. I mean, he's only made four movies, and this is his first movie. But you can tell you can tell he is a pop video maker, because this just it feels like a huge pop video, extravagant, and where he uses the music for the scenery as well. But and I don't know if this is the first time Carlisle and Johnny worked together since Trainspotting.
Yeah.
But they work so well together.
They do.
They really do. And it's like a comedic team, aren't they, in this?
Yeah.
They don't like each other. It's just a necessity of working together to get what they want at the end of it. But by the end of it, they're you can see the camaraderie is there. And as you say, the settings and the costumes, it's just brilliantly made, designed. Yeah, I enjoyed this movie, and it's the take on putting, as you say, modern music and the speech as well, because you've got Armstrong and Miller in there talking like the young kids used to do down on the street, clicking the fingers and all like that. You'd never have got that back in the 17th century, but it fits so well in this sort of movie. Yeah, and it's also, as you say, it's blinking, you miss certain faces. As you said, Gambon's in this. David Williams and Matt Lucas are there in the prison scene. What else? There was someone else in it as well. As you say, Noel Fielding. It'll come to me. There was someone else I noticed, but also you had Ken Stott in this as Chance.
Oh, Neve McIntosh.
That's the one. Yeah, there's all them familiar faces. Just blinking, you sometimes you miss them, but you think, oh yeah, that's so and so. Oh, that's so and so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ken Stott as the thief taker general. What a brilliant character, an evil character as well. But Ken Scott is a brilliant Scottish actor anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And he is, I mean, the character is a piece of work.
he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's but he gets his comeuppance in the end.
No,
Um,
happy ending. It's
yes.
such a good movie.
So yeah, it was. It is a feel good movie as well, though.
Yeah.
It's to see, also as well to see Liv Tyler, because this is early on in her career.
Yeah. This is
Um,
before, or this is either right before or right after Empire Records.
Yeah, this was. I mean, what was it? She did Lord of the Rings, didn't she? She did
Yeah.
that was there was 2000s, wasn't they? So this was before that.
It's
Was it-
either right or right before or right after Empire
yeah,
Records. And
and,
Empire Records was her first success.
it's sort of early on in her career, and but she's a pretty good actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't often see her these days,
No.
which is a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed sitting down watching this, and you see you got Alan Cumming as well as Lord Rochester.
And he is a character right out of history. I mean,
Well, I think Macleane and Plunkett and Macleane are real. They were real people, but I'll say it now. This doesn't have any sort of resemblance to their real life, as far as I know.
yeah, I don't know anything about the reality. I just know that Lord Rochester
Yeah.
was considered to be one of the people with like the Marquis de Sade and the guy who did Venus and Furs.
Mm.
Those two writers was in there with them as people who were, super kinky in the past.
And Rochester was that, yeah, she'll stay behind to tempt and corrupt young men.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's a great movie. So, you got any favourite things about it, moments, or things you would have changed?
Oh, I wouldn't change a thing. But I do love the way I do love the way Plunkett is so faithful to the very end. He even like was going to do the noble sacrifice at the end, and he's always there to pick up Macleane. Macleane, owes his life to Plunkett like 5 times in this movie. And it's really, really brilliant the way Plunkett also fights the duel with what's his name?
Chance.
Chance, and the thief finder general. I love how they had the witch finder general and the thief finder general, and they should have had a killer finder general, because then they would have gotten the Jack the Ripper, if that was.
Yeah, maybe.
There are these issues anyway, it's fun, and it is it's an equal opportunity. There are no strata of life that are left as pristine or holy. That basically it makes fun of everybody. So that's fun. And yeah, so I really love it. And I love how I love the bit where Macleane asks Plunkett to check for the pox, because he's been sleeping with Maclean's been sleeping with this trollop who is super rich or whatever.
Look at it, look at it, look at it.
Yeah.
That was a good scene, yeah.
I mean, it's just, and I love how in these movies that we're watching today, there's sort of bromances and stuff, people either antagonists or protagonists running together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really love Robert Carlyle and Johnny Lee Miller together again. And I know that that was part of the reason that they had to do Trainspotting 2, was because they really love working together, these gentlemen. And what amazing performances and stuff. And so yeah, back over to you, Lee.
Thanks, Susan. You haven't mentioned the scene though. I'll mention where he well, the ruby at the beginning of the movie, where the young kid swallows it, and Macleane is there in the graveyard trying to to steal the ruby, so goes in this into the stomach to get it and all like that, and then of course Plunkett turns up. Then the armed forces turn up, as I say. So what does Plunkett do? He swallows the ruby. What's just come out of someone's gut? Swallows the ruby.
It's been buried.
Yeah. Oh. And then later, not too later on, he's having to pass the ruby. Though that scene as well.
Yeah.
Where Macleane stood behind him and he's forcing it out.
Yeah.
That was just, I thought that hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But also as well, where Macleane sort of double crosses his friend Plunkett by spending all the money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, spending all the money on gambling and women and drink, and that is that's when the friendship goes sour, isn't it?
So, sort of up until the end, yeah.
Yeah. That's what, and then that's when Plunkett realizes he shouldn't really have trusted him to begin with.
Yeah, and they both, I mean, Plunkett has bought them both tickets to America.
Yeah. So
I mean, Plunkett really was going to do the noble sacrifice all the way along.
Yeah. But
So
yeah, it's a brilliant movie. As I said at the beginning of this, it's not a well-known movie.
no,
Not many people know about this movie.
the other scene that's really great is when Plunkett saves Macleane from the gallows.
Oh, yeah.
He's hanging really high. I mean, like, that's an incredibly high gallows, and it's not like one of those ones where that you're used to seeing with
Rather drop
back and the rope and the little trap door, and then they catch them at the bottom. But this one is like way high up in the air.
They're pulled up, aren't they? Instead of,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that contraption exists. It must do. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, no, neither have I. So I think that that's what they mean, hang them high.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know. I'll have to do a little digging in that and find out if that contraption does exist or it was just made for the movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looked damn good.
Yeah, and the way he saved him by shooting the rope and
Yeah. It was a good scene, that. Yeah.
yeah.
But, anything else you'd like to say about this before
Oh,
we?
he was
Move on?
like Plunkett was like this apothecary, and he was just like, having a good life and stuff, and then they killed, uh, and he was doing good for himself and his wife and everything, and then all hell broke loose, and like he was telling those stories sprinkled throughout, and I just love this character.
Well, also, the other character of the Lord Chief Justice, Michael Gambon, he was sort of a nasty piece of work as well,
Yeah,
because he was controlling the life of Liv Tyler's character, because he was her uncle, wasn't he? Something. He was uncle. He was an uncle, yeah. So he wasn't allowing her to, do what she wants, go with what she wants. He was arranged marriages for her and stuff like that, while spending all the money.
yeah,
And then you see his character sort of, because he was a powerful character to begin with, and then he sort of lost all his power and became the thief taker's sort of puppet,
yeah,
and the way he let the thief taker manhandle Liv Tyler's Rebecca's character, Rebecca, just outside his room. He saw it and he just shut the door and walked away. I thought, what a character.
yeah. What a wuss.
Yeah, well, he got his comeuppance as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It was a really happy ending, especially since Plunkett Macleane and Rebecca all were together at the end.
yeah. You carry on, so the cat just wants to go to the door. Won't be a
And
minute.
and as they're trying to escape, they ride across the meadow, and then they go into the sewer system, and they walk down, and they walk through the tubes all the way to this bright light at the end, and that's where Chance and Plunkett have their final meeting, and Plunkett was going to do the noble sacrifice, but they didn't have to do that because Macleane comes back and shoots Chance. Yes.
No, he doesn't.
Or so
Plunkett shoots Chance.
Plunkett shoots Chance. Oh, okay.
And it was Rebecca and Macleane come back and shoot the soldiers what are come running down the coast.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Okay. Sorry.
And it's one of your favourite movies.
I know, right?
It don't matter. we all make a mistake, because
Yeah. So anyway, it was going to be a noble sacrifice, but it didn't have to be, and so that was really great.
it was, yeah. And what you've got to realise, this is 1999. This was the year of Robert Carlyle movies.
Yeah.
Because you had Plunkett Macleane, you had Ravenous, you had The World Is Not Enough.
Yep.
It was his year for movies.
Yeah.
So 3 big movies there in one year. and one of those we will be talking about very soon.
Yay.
So, yay! So, anything else you'd like to say about Plunkett Macleane?
No, it's great. It's just so great.
That's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, okay then, what's your final say and score on this movie then, Susan?
Final say, I just, I love the double act, and I love that it ended up being a really happy movie, really uplifting, and
Yeah.
you just feel great watching it, and so I'll give it a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 beautiful blue necklaces.
Ah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it was good to watch. I mean, I like the phrasing on the cover there. I don't know if you can see it. They rob the rich, and that's it.
They rob the rich and just keep it.
It just says, and that's it on man. But it's a pretty good movie, and it stands up. And I like the mixture of the sort of modern music and the talk of the characters. It goes well.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm going to give it 10 stand and delivers out of 10. Standard and deliver. I've always loved Highwaymen stories, Dick Turpin and stuff like that. I love it. So that's our little review of Plunkett Macleane. You guys out there, while you're watching this video, look it up, give it a watch, and let us know what you think of it. Leave a comment below about the movie, about the cast. Get in touch with us if you want to be on the cast, be in the group. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube, where you'll be watching this. And please, if you are subscribed, or if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, somewhere there, and you will be notified every time we put up a video. It may be twice a week, if you're lucky, 3 times a week. And it'll be movies, TV, audio dramas, because me and Susan love our audio dramas. Audio dramas rocks. And animation we do every now and again. We do everything. Cult TV, modern stuff. We're all over the place. We do review certain things what people haven't heard of, hence Plunkett and Macleane. It's not a big blockbuster Hollywood movie, but we don't care. We don't follow all these other people like sheep. We talk about what we want to talk about. So, and of course, Susan chose this one to talk about. I don't know why. She's got a strange fixation with certain British actors of a certain age.
You can say that again.
I don't think I don't have to say anymore, do I? Really, it's quite obvious. She loves Robert Carlyle. Oh, if he wasn't married, she'd be right up his trouser leg.
Mm.
So that's our little review. So without further ado, please be safe out there, and until next time, carry on just carry on loving Robert Carlyle. Eh? How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just worship Robert Carlyle.
Worship him as well. Love him. Worship him.
Yep.
Yeah.